Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500 and starting here on 30-minute time frame, looking at the scenarios here from the 13th of October lows. Since then, again, we had a few different ideas overall. This was a contracting leading diagonal, again, fire waves in these subwave structures, so we can't have this as an ending diagonal. Since then, again, we would have to have this as the end here, and then we would have either this as a ABC expanded flat or running flat if we don't take out these lows, or something else. Some kind of connector wave connecting this first structure into the next. At the moment, I don't think this would be enough of a structure if we would just label it as this, because again, oops, that was the wrong one, should be this one. Because again, I don't think this is going to be taking enough time to be correcting this whole structure. So at least I would like to see Tuesday 20th, yeah, for this one to be playable again. But until that is happening, I don't really think this is done. Of course, this could be turning into a complex structure, something like this. At that point, it would be more than enough. Then we had WXY here. Our idea was that we had this as a three-way structure into W, three ways here into X, and then we would be looking for higher waves or higher structures upwards. If we are taking out these lows here, it is going to be making this very much less likely. There is possible where we are going to be labeling this C wave at the end here, where we would have some kind of divergence, but again, this is truncated, so it is not that likely. I don't really generally like to label truncated counts, so we could be labeling this as fire waves. It's definitely not the best, but again, if we are trying to climb correctively, we should not really take out these lows, unless again wave X would not be complete here, and instead it would be taking quite a bit longer. So if we are taking out these, 1-to-1 extension in time would be around 19th of December, so next Monday. No, Friday, Monday, one of those. Depends on which one you want to be looking at. But again, that is a comparison for this way W. So it definitely can take longer time here as well. If we however take out these lows, I don't see us doing this, because again, it doesn't really fit too well. Wave X, if it takes longer, we could be creating structures like this, something like that, get back to this trend line here. Of course, this trend line is just drawn out just randomly, basically here. It is not really relevant at all. So, but again, the point is that we would be making this larger correction very much more sideways and time consuming. But that's that. ABC count, where we had this as an A, B, and C into these highs. Very much similar to the contracting diagonal count, where we ended at these highs. Very possible. I've seen some people are labeling this whole thing as a wave 4. Now, I'm not going to say that it's not possible, because it is possible. We have not gone to the wave 1 territory, but is that probable? Does that make any sense? Wave 4 to be this long into some of these lows here would be taking so much more time than even the higher time frame structure here. Whole A wave would be taking less in time than that wave 4 of a correction. I don't think that is very likely at all. That's why I feel like this is the last chance we have to have this as the fifth wave. Otherwise, it just doesn't have any kind of a look anymore. So that's that. That's why I think this is the top for this C wave, if this is indeed the count. The idea here was that we were creating some kind of WXY downwards, or I was thinking where we would be creating this kind of structure, ABC downwards, and either we would be looking to create another partner leg here, upwards. But again, same as with the diagonal count, it is very early. It's very early on. On time, this is not going to be enough time to be correcting this whole structure, especially if we haven't even come down with this count at all. Like, we have not even tagged the 38.2 here, which we definitely want to see as a minimum. And if we are not tagged the price nor the time here, I don't think this is going to be enough of a structure. Even if this would be the right count here, then I think this is going to be getting some kind of a more complex structure on a sideways note. And this would be here would be this first structure, second and third, then taking out the previous lows that we are going to be creating here or here. This has been a very, very large support area. There's a lot of demand in here. So I feel like there's most likely a lot of stop losses as well. I was expecting us to take these lows down here previously already, but we really didn't. If there are still people long here, I think this is definitely an area of interest now to be taking out the longs here. Oh, sorry, yeah, taking out the longs, long stop losses here, and then pivot upwards and get some kind of range going again. We'll see how that turns out, but again, that is one of the ideas here I've got. This should be here. On the more local structure, I was thinking this to be some kind of a diagonal. It fits pretty decent. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be labeling this. One thing to note is that we had this hitting the 0.618, so we could have this as an ABC into one on here as well already. It could be just wave 1 here already as well, 2, 3, 4, and then whatever this is going to be. This definitely looks 3-wave-ish. This mess over here, I don't like it at all. There is a potential for some kind of triangle in here. It is very, very ugly, as these are basically topped out here. It is very much not really like, it's more like a barrier triangle than anything here, if we are trying to placing it here or even here. It is really ugly. I don't really want to be wasting more time here. These are the a lot of these weeks were happening during the FOMC, and yeah, not really worth, in my opinion, time. I was looking to go for a long setup here at these very lows. We are getting some kind of divergence now at the end. However, again, this is the first divergence that we are getting, so maybe we are actually getting more local divergence here as well. Yeah, we are. Look at this here. We are getting a few more divergences here. So more higher time frame from these lows here. These lows were the lowest on RSI for some reason. And yeah, we are getting some more divergences here. So there is definitely a possibility where either if this is indeed the end of a structure, which I don't even have a count for that, this would be the wave 1 potentially. Or if this just starts dropping downwards, then we would look this as a 1, 2, 1, 2 setups downwards. All of these are smaller and smaller structures, so there is of course that ultimate nesting pattern possibility where this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. And we just do this. Just break down. But yeah, that is that. On smaller time frames, I don't really like that. On 30 minutes, we don't even have a divergence yet. On 1 hour, nothing. 4 hour, nothing. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to get some kind of correction here, and either again we would be, well, there we go, we're coming down now. We'll see, especially if we are coming down more impulsively. This will be interesting area, this 39.46 area or 39.40s, because again after that point we have most likely a lot lower stop losses here, so that is going to be some kind of a, well, people would be probably calling it stop loss hunt or something, but liquidity grab most likely. And we'll see if that is going to hold and get us some kind of move upwards. We'll see. But I think that is going to do enough of S&P 500. Don't really have a trade idea here at the moment, as this definitely seems like it is breaking down now. There is potential if we want to be going long, if we see some kind of structure up that is taking less than these two candles here. So it would be taking less time covering these, getting back beyond here. Then we could be using it as a potential support for higher time frame movements again, higher. Maybe at that point I would be interested in a long setup. I don't think I should be taking a long here, although it could be just reversing. We still have this higher time frame divergence, but I think on the lower time frames we did lose. well, not all of them, it seems. Still trying to create some, but we have lost some of the divergences here. But I think that is going to do it for this video. again. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes, link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video, bye.